We'll start with Dan Roach. Dan, go ahead.
Hi, Bruce. Just as you guys seem to do a lot of things well tonight. How frustrating was the outcome there with the tough break on their goal?
Well, we've had a few of those already this year. Obviously, a game decided. Jersey, they got a tip top of the crease. They got one that ricocheted in off both our defensemen, Lozon and McAvoy tonight. Bergie's hops up. And so, big picture, you're doing a good job defending when those are the goals that's going in. On the flip side, no consolation to lose a game like that when you feel you were the better team. Probably had the better chances. They certainly had a breakaway there. We got caught up a little tight on our gap, but around the net, I thought we had some tough luck again tonight.
We'll go next to Matt Porter.
Bruce, any update on Grizz?
I have not talked to the trainers. I basically just came in here, looked at the goal, and came down the hall. So nothing yet. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Steve Conroy.
Obviously, you would have wanted to score tonight, but how did you feel about the play of some of the guys you had to move around, DeBrusk and Bjork?
Anders had energy. When he has his legs, he can be effective. Obviously, for all those guys, we'd like to see it result in, on the ending up in the score sheet. But right now, it's been tough. Even Smitty had a couple good looks. Richie, I thought, had 3 really good chances and just didn't go in. So hit a couple of posts early, Krejci and Marsh. But as specifically Bjork and Jake, then again, we'll look at it a little closer. But I liked our game overall, just from the eye test. So I suspect if nothing changes, we'll look at those lines. I thought Jack Studnicka made a couple of nice plays, made a great play to Richie and one to Krejci. So obviously complimented that line with his ability. So that was nice. He responded well to not being in the lineup the other night. So all in all, I thought take the results out, just to play on the ice. I thought, our lineup looked solid. We didn't seem to have any weak links. We couldn't finish off plays.
Thank you.
Joe Haggerty.
Does there become, Butch, any concern just about frustration when you go 3 games without getting any even strength goals and you get, you're all around the net tonight, you're not able to poke one home, do you start to get concerned about frustration?
I suspect there'll be a bit of that, rightfully so, as long as it doesn't carry over into what we're trying to do. I think it does over, gradually, and it did a little bit early on. You try to make a perfect play instead of, just like, for example, their goal. It starts from the point. A lot of their offense comes from the point. We're trying to build that in where it's just a hard shot somewhere in the vicinity. We've seen it go against us 3 games in a row now where they've got a goal like that from the, I think it's been from the left point every time where it's just gotten to the net and, they tap it in or pinballs around or, whatever you want to call it. So at some point, if we continue to shoot the puck, that's been a bit of a challenge for our D is getting shots through on a consistent basis and, being there to get the, the tips and screens and those kind of ugly goals. So that's the challenge in front of us, and we'll keep harping on it. But yes, I would say there would be some frustration, but it didn't affect how we played. We didn't cheat all over the ice, Hags. We played a good, solid defensive game, tried to win the right way. We just, we got to break through here.
On a totally different note, how much of a bright spot has the PK been? That was obviously going to be under scrutiny with, Chara leaving, and you've featured a lot of young guys on there, and they've done really well.
Well, it keeps you in games, especially tonight. We seem to have a lot of calls again that were, Brandon's early on. I didn't see a foul there, and I think there was another one I wasn't sure on. But at the end of the day, they kill it, and you got to be able to do that if you're not, especially if you're not scoring, right? So it was big the other night in Jersey. Helped us get a point. Tonight kept us in the game. I'd like to see your power play come through, in a game like that. But give them credit. They're long. They take care of the front of their net. Goaltender obviously, made saves when he had to. So, but I'm pleased with the PK. Those young D are battling hard. They're settling in nicely. It's only been 3 games, but they seem comfortable, both Jake and Losey. So that's a plus.
Rich Thompson, go ahead.
Bruce, just to follow what Hags was saying, just talk about Brandon Carlo on the PK. He logged over 4 minutes. Is he kind of like the backbone of your PK?
Yeah, and I think that's what he wants to accept, the shutdown role, the best defender on the team. So he'll keep working at that. Brandon's always been a good penalty killer. The only thing we're trying to work into his game is have the composure to, clear pucks and find out where your outlets are in order to clear pucks, and then get it down the ice 200 feet to save yourself some of those third effort fatigue situations on the kill. But I've liked his penalty killing skills since he got here. Kevin Miller's another excellent penalty killer, makes it tough in front of the net. If Losey can grow into that, then you've got, 3 really good solid defenders, and you usually find another guy to pitch in, whether it's Charlie or Zaboral's done a bit of it. Grizz, we don't ask a lot because he's been on the power play, so that'll be important for our team.
Evan Marinofsky.
Bruce, when Grizz went down, how did you feel Zaboral and Lozon did with the increased minutes?
Like I said, I thought they had a real strong game. Third period, Losey got in tight to, I think it was Beauvillier, and they flipped it around. And that's things he has to learn. The plays that players have the ability to make at this level, especially skill guys, are not going to pass to a covered guy. They're going to throw it indirect. They're going to throw it off his back, flip it to space. There's a lot of different ways you can get a guy a puck, and that'll just be up to him. We want him closing gaps. We want him being assertive, playing in people's faces, but with open ice, who you're playing against, you got to learn a little bit of that. But I thought he played hard, had lots of hits, trying to move the puck efficiently. Zaboral, a little more offensive minded. I thought carried some pucks through the neutral zone. Good first pass where forwards are getting into good spots. It's just got to translate into some offense for him. But again, I've liked his game. He was a little bit more unknown than Losey. We saw more of him last year. I think Jake's handled it well.